Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Mr. Mayor, for taking time out of your busy schedule to do some welcomes here. I also want to thank RBG and everyone for attending, and especially the volunteers. Heather and I did a lot of work, but none of it would have really came together without all the volunteer support we had along the way. And then also during the morning, it was kind of hectic, but we got it all set up, and things are looking good. So now I have the privilege of introducing Rod Nettagog, who is our keynote for the 2015 Environmental Summit. And Rod is here with the Bluestone Cloud and is a member of the Henvey Inlet First Nation, and he lives in Hamilton. Rod's been singing, dancing, and drumming for 2 decades, and he's been featured across Ontario in schools, symphony orchestras, and documentary films. Today we have the pleasure of hearing Rod perform First Nations traditions and speak about the connection to the environment. So without further ado, I'll welcome Rod to the stage.
Good morning. Sego, Hani, Ojo. Hello, my name is Rod Nettagog. My spirit name is Bluestone Cloud, Manats and Ankot. And I'm honored to be here today. Actually, when I was sent an email to participate in this event, I thought, what a great opportunity to share a little about the environmental issues that we all face in today's society. All those things that we take for granted, the water, the land, the air, and what's growing on that land, we take for granted. My question to you is, have any of you ever woke up this morning and gave thanks for any of those things? Any of those things? Anybody woke up this morning and said a quick thanks? No? I wake up every morning, and before I retire every night, I always give thanks for those things the Creator has given us here on Mother Earth. And we have to make sure that all those things are here for our future generations to come, our young ones, our next generation. So we have to make sure that we keep that air clean, and most importantly, that water, because that water is sacred. That water is sacred to our people, and everybody. Without water, there's no life. So, I wanted to start off with having a little smudging ceremony to start off this event and give some good energy in this room. And the reason why we have these smudging ceremonies is to give thanks for all those things, everything that we have in our life, our families, our good health, everything the Creator provides for us. And that's why we have these smudging ceremonies, is to also to purify our mind, our body, our spirit. And for those who've never had a smudging ceremony before, here's your first opportunity to have a smudging ceremony. And I like to start off my days like that because it just sets my whole day off in a good way, in a positive way. And it makes me feel really good. And you have that faith and believe in those medicines that are given to you, given to us, and use those medicines in a good way, they're going to help you in the long run. It's going to help you, the way you live your life, and look after you. So my son is going to go around. This is my son, Mr. B. Everybody calls him Mr. B. And so he's here with me today, and I took him out of school. He comes to presentations with me sometimes, and he always loves coming to presentations with me. He always says, "Mom, can I go to a presentation with Rod today?" So then I ask her, and she says, "Okay." So even though he's not in school right now, he's learning. And that's how we pass on these things to our children. We bring them to events like this so they learn about their culture, and that's how we pass it on. So they build up their confidence in their self-esteem, also their self-identity, identity of who they are. And there was times he was struggling at school with the bullying and stuff like that, but he's overcome that. He grew his hair long now because he's proud of who he is, and Haudenosaunee. Iroquois person, and he's proud of who he is. So that's why I brought him here today, because I love having him with me at presentations, because he also inspires me, and I love having to sing with him. So he's going to bring the smudge bowl around in a circle. We don't have time to smudge everybody, so just the whole meaning behind it is just as long as we have that ceremony, so that smoke is going to go around. Now, as that smoke is going around, you can think about those things that I was sharing about, those things that we take for granted, or give thanks for all those things you have in your life right now. You know, like your families, right? Your families and your health and your job and all those things. So you can think about that when that smoke is going around, and you can just breathe in that smoke and think of good things. And thank the Creator for all those things. Oh. So he's taking that smudge bowl around, and as he's taking around, I'm going to say a quick prayer, and I'm going to speak in my language, and I'll explain what I said in English. So Jimna do bojo in Disnikas Minats and Ankat, Inda Anishinaabe, Inda Makwadon and Donjaba, Henvey First Nations. Bigwich Manta Muni Gishigik, me which Kenegego amazing, me which Getago Medewis and Gamijing, Miigwich. So what I said was, I talked to the Creator. I told him who I was, Blue Stone Cloud, my spirit name, and I'm Bear Clan from the Henvey First Nations, which is located north of Parry Sound. And I'm an Anishinaabe. And I also said to the Creator was, I give thanks for everything that He's given us, and I give thanks for this day that He's also given us. But most importantly, I thank Him for giving us life. So Jimnido, give thanks for these people for being here today and taking note about our environmental issues that we have here on Mother Earth. I give thanks for all the food that's given to us and the air that we breathe, the ground that we walk upon. And most importantly, all those water teachings, Creator, and those ceremonies that are given to us, all the songs, Creator, that are given to us. I give thanks for all those things. For our families and our young ones, that they get that understanding and realization of those things that we do, Creator, in a good way. I'd like to acknowledge all the four-legged ones, the swimmers, the crawlers, the plant life, our grandmother the moon, our brother the sun, the planets. All those things I give thanks for, Creator. So, all my relations, so hope. When I say all my relations at the end of that prayer, I talk about in the Lakota people, when you say all my relations, all my takiase, it means when I say all my relations at the end of that prayer, it means that we are related. And the Lakota teaching, that meaning that all related, we all come from Mother Earth, you know. And when we're in that circle, when we have our ceremonies within that circle, we believe in that everybody has the same rights. Everybody has that equality within that circle. There's no one better than anyone else. We're all equal in that circle. So that's why I say at the end of that prayer, all my relations, that means we are all related. And we're all going to go back to where we came from sometime in life, you know, and through our journey. But it's not the end. We're going to go on, pass on. Our spirit is going to leave our shell, our body, and then we're going to go on to the spirit life. But while we're here, you know, we have to take all those things that we look after ourselves, look after our planet. We have to look after our planet and make sure that it's continued to be here for many, many generations, for years to come. So I always look at that when I see on Facebook and all the stuff that's going on in our environment and all those issues that are going on with the water and the fracking and the oil pipelines that are going through our lands, and why we're still fighting for those things, for our rights and our treaties today, because it only doesn't affect our people, it affects everybody here in this country. You know, looking after our resources, our water, and keeping it clean. So I'm glad I was here to share a little bit about the environment and how we look at it at a perspective as an Aboriginal point of view. And I give thanks for all those things. We believe everything has a spirit out there. Everything has a spirit there out in Mother Earth. You know, our drums have a spirit within our drums. When we make those drums, it's not just a piece of wood or a hide that's on that drum. It's actually the tree came from a life. That life, the tree that gives us oxygen to breathe. That animal hide, that deer hide, was an animal at one time, but it also had a life. So when we make those drums, we're bringing that spirit within that drum back to life. And so those are very sacred to us. And that's why we sing those songs. We look after our drums because they have life in it. Getting back to, you know, everything that the Creator has given us, you know. So we're very thankful for those things, and our eagle feathers and those medicines that we have come from the earth, the sage, and the values that it teaches us. Sage represents that. It teaches us the value of sharing, and that's why I'm here today, to share a little bit about my culture, just a little bit about the culture. There's so much to share about it. I wish I had more time to share about the ceremonies that we do, so you would have an understanding about the water and how important it is. When you go to ceremony and dance for 2 to 4 days without food and water, when you have no protection to cover you from the sun, you're going without food and water. You're giving up yourself so your communities can live in a good way. You're going without water for 2 to 4 days. You're dancing from sun up to sundown without water and food. You're giving up yourself. That's not hard. It's very hard to do. When you're done that ceremony on the 4th day, when you go into that sweat lodge ceremony after dancing, and then you come out, you have a huge tub of water waiting there for you. That's the best thing. When you get up there and after dancing, you take that drink of water, it tastes so good. It's so good. It tastes so good, that water. Then you have that understanding about the importance of water. When you have to prepare for that ceremony, that 1 year before ceremony, you have to prepare yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So I wanted to share that personal that story about the Sundance ceremony. And not a lot of people don't talk about that. And I don't really like talking about that ceremony because it's very sacred too. But I think at a time like this, the importance of water is very important. So I wanted to share that with you so you could have a little bit of understanding about the importance of water and why we shouldn't waste it. You know, when I see people drinking a bottle of water and they throw half of it away in the garbage, you know, like I cringe, like, why did they do that? Why are you throwing away that water? You know, a lot of people in different countries need that water. So at this moment, we're gonna sing a song, my son and I. It's an honor song, and it's to honor all those people who've put this event on. And Jordan and asked me to come out and share my knowledge. It's good to see the mayor here too. I saw him at the Blue Dot campaign on the weekend there, the tree planting. Yeah, have a good day. Yeah, so we're going to sing an honor song, and we sing these honor songs to honor people in our communities, to honor our veterans, and to honor events such as this, because it's a really important issue, you know, environmental, and how to look after our planet. So when we sing these songs, just out of respect, I'm going to ask you to stand, and this is just out of respect, just like you would do for the national anthem. Okay, so Migo. share something with you guys. How many of you guys ever been to a powwow celebration before? Anybody? A couple people? Wow, okay, so most of you guys are in for a treat. I'm going to share a song with you guys, and Cindy knows this song too. And that's Cindy out there. So, this song I'm going to sing with you guys, I'm going to need your help to do this, okay? So, I know everybody just woke up and had a drink of coffee, and it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. But when I sing this song, I'm going to need your help, okay? So, whenever I raise my drum, I want you to repeat what I say, okay? Get you guys singing. So this is actually the first opportunity to sing a powwow song, okay? When we sing our songs, we put a lot of feeling and emotion when we sing our songs. And it's another way that we connect and communicate with the Creator. So some of our songs are sung in language, and it's another way that language is coming back to our people by singing these songs in our language. But the song I'm going to share with you today is done in chant. And there's going to be some English words in it, but I'm not going to tell you those English words until I actually sing that song. Okay? So it's kind of like a surprise. Alright? So when I raise my drum, I just want to check out our vocals first, okay? So when we're singing our songs, like I said, we put a lot of feeling and emotion into it. Okay? And that's that connection you're going to feel when you're singing those songs. Because I want you guys to feel that connection or that spirituality of those songs. Okay? So here we go. Ready? Where's my drum? Ready? Here we go. Well, hey, hey, okay, you guys still waking up all that singing. Okay, you can be a little louder than that. Don't worry about it, okay? It's first time singing, don't worry about it. Here we go. Okay, once again. Well, hey, hey, awesome. Well, hey, hey, do it again. That's easy or what? What do you think? I was giving it a try anyway. Let's see how we do. I'm starting to see smiles. That's good. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's get a little exercise while we're sitting in our chairs. Put our hands together. Let's get it on the drum. Awesome. Good. Here we go. That's more like it. Now I see smiles on your face and you have a good time. So I want you to experience that, that feeling of happiness, that feeling of happiness. You feel really good singing that song, and I thought, I wanted to share that as a surprise. Yes, you were singing about SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah. But we have different songs for different occasions, like I said. Ceremonial songs, some still giggling back there. We love that song. But that's good. So I want you to experience that, that feeling of happiness. So, and I love that experience. That's why that feeling of singing and playing on the drum. And I look forward to the next powwows that are, the powwows happen all the time, because I love bringing my family there all the time. It's very family oriented. If those who've never been to a powwow, you guys are missing out because it's so much fun. You camp out there, bring your trailers, or go bring out a pitch out a tent, come sing at come dance with us, come sing with us. You know, it's open to everybody. You don't need an invitation. And that feeling that you just experience is what you're going to feel the whole weekend. When it comes Sunday at the end of the powwow, it's like packing up, ready to go home. I'm on that road. It's like back to reality, you know, back to the old working on and the grind and all that stuff. But I look forward all the time to the next powwow because that feeling is so wonderful, that spiritual connection. So yeah, that was fun. So we have about 7 minutes left anyways, and share a little bit about the drum. Like I said earlier, it's very sacred to us, and we have a lot of different songs for different occasions. And I was also talking about how we pass on these traditions and our cultures to our young ones. And at this time, he always asked me if he could sing, so I'm not gonna say no. So he wants to share a song with you guys. You guys want to hear Mr. B sing a song? Okay, so he's gonna share a song with you guys. What do you think? Good voice or what? Hey. Okay, at this time, we're gonna he's gonna share a dance for you guys, and he's been doing this for a few years now, and it's called a hoop dance. For those who don't know what a hoop dance is, it was introduced from the Hopi Nation down in South America, and obviously those hoops are made out of a circle, and it represents the circle of life. You know, the hoop. The hoop of life, and as he dances, sometimes he'll make different designs, and you gotta watch very closely, what kind of designs he make. So yeah, it takes a lot of work to do hoop dancing, a lot of coordination and practice, and it's kind of helped him a lot of who he is, this young man right here. And he really loves dancing and sharing his hoop dancing. He also loves teaching younger kids how to hoop dance as well. He takes pride in what he does. So, without further ado, this is Mr. B. He's going to share his hoop dance with you. And if you like what you see, feel free to clap to kind of encourage them to dance harder.
All right, so thank you. So I'm going to open up for any questions. Anybody, I've got a couple of minutes if anyone want to ask me any questions or anything we just did. There's your opportunity to ask before we go. So any questions? Yes?
You talk about being open to the public. How do we learn about ending weather? How do we find out where they're being held? Or
About what? The ceremonies?
yeah, the ceremonies. Yeah.
A good place to start out is start going out to powwows, and that's how I started out this journey. Is I started going to powwows, and I was invited by people who invited me out to ceremony, and that's where you're going to get your connection. That's where you're going to meet people that's going to. But you have to start attending these powwows in our circles, socials, and stuff like that. You're going to meet people that's going to get you connected.
But where do we learn about the powwows?
Powwows, you can go on the internet, punch in powwow.com or .ca, And when you go to these celebrations too, you're gonna meet people, and they're gonna tell you when the next function is gonna be. So it's kind of, a lot of it's word of mouth too, but that's another way by going on the internet, and they'll tell you where they are, and they're all over the place. They're all over the place every weekend throughout North America. And when it's like raining or when it's cold outside, we bring them indoors. But yes, it's an awesome place to bring your children, because everybody looks after one another in a good way there, you know. And the children love listening to that drum. They relate to that sound of that drum, that heartbeat of that drum, because we all heard that heartbeat before we were even brought into this world. You know, that drum beat we heard when we were inside our mother's womb. Her heartbeat is the same as the drum beat that represents the heartbeat of Mother Earth outside. So that's what that drum beat represents, the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah? Yeah, actually, my family is from just south of Sudbury, French River. Henvey Inlet First Nations. Henvey Inlet First Nations, yeah. We have a powwow there the second week of June. I think it's our 12th one. But yeah, that's from right by the French River there. Yeah. Any other questions? No? Okay, well, I hope you have an awesome day, the rest of the day, and I hope I got your kind of your spirit up and going there, feeling good, and, you know, so, yeah, and be good. Thank you very much for having me. Have a good day.